What is happening today, everyone? Today we are installing mud flaps on the Mustang. Now, I got these mud flaps from AmericanMuscle.com. These are MMD mud flaps. And I have actually already installed some mud flaps on the car. The ones I installed are here on the front, and the ones I have right now to install are on the rear. As you can see, it's got the little pony symbol right there. If it will focus for me. All right, and basically the idea is that when I run through water or whatever, it's not going to get a whole bunch of splash here on the side of the car. At least that is the hope. So the rear ones are going to go on and help to protect, this section of the car right here. And I'll show you how to install those really quick. And it's a super easy install. The main thing you got to make sure is to clean the edge right here really well so that there's nothing to block the tape from adhesing. So the first thing you're going to want to do is there's a little nut back here, a little push-in pin actually. So what you're going to want to do is take a screwdriver, a nice flathead screwdriver, to get in there behind it and just pop it out. Alright, get the main part out and then the second part. Now that hole is nice and open. Then right along here, you're going to want to take one of the alcohol pads that is provided to you and clean right there. The next step is to pull off your 3M tape here, at least just the part to expose the adhesive. You're just going to want to take this and real carefully fit it into place, which there's a nice little groove there. Just take it, push it into place. All right. It's kind of all one action of pushing this into place, then taking your new push pin here and pushing it into place back here. That's going to be your primary thing to hold it in. The next thing you're going to need to do is get underneath the car and drill a hole right here. There's already a pre-made hole in the mud flap itself. You just need to make one into the plastic. That way there's something for it to bite into. So once it's installed, that is what it looks like. The big difficulty of getting it installed is this hole right here. You got to make sure that you make it big enough so that when you try to push your push pin in, it actually wants to go in. Though conversely, the tighter the hole is, the tighter this is going to hold everything in without it moving. All right. So we're going to do this to the other side, and then we will be all done with our mud flap install. So it has been raining more or less nonstop for about a week now here in North Carolina. Everything is just absolutely soaked. But hopefully tomorrow it's going to stop raining and everything will dry out and we will be able to go drag racing. That is my hope anyway. Well, on to the next one. So, like before, we're just going to reach in here and try and pry this out. Mostly there. Alright, there's the one part. Now we're just going to get behind it, pop the other part out. I think it's... Alright. Now, something I did miss on the other side, and I hope it's not going to be a big problem, is it actually is a two-step process. So you use the alcohol to clean it, then there's a wipe in here that you put on real carefully on the edge here to help the tape stick. So we're going to go through the same process again. So, alcohol wipe. And you can see where it's been cleaned there. That's really all we're going to need. You need to let that sit for a minute or two just to help it dry out for a second before you use your adhesion promoter. Okay, now that everything's all dry, we're going to take our adhesion promoter and just real carefully put it on this edge. You don't want to put too much of it. You know, from about here all the way to down there. Now, just get that tape off and to install it. Now it is a two-part action, so as I don't have three hands, I'm only going to show you the putting this into place part. But just understand, you put it into place, then you take your nut or your little push tab in there and you push it through that hole right there. Take that, push that into position, and there we go, installed. Drill the hole underneath like before, put in the little tab, and it is all good. So guys, that is just my quick video on how to install the mud flaps on the Mustang here. As you can see, it's really easy. You know, you just drill one hole for each one that you install, just to make sure that it fits there nice and good. The front ones, I think you do need to drill at least one more hole just to help hold it all in place. But I can tell you from, you know, this side of the car to that side of the car, putting on that little adhesive helper helps a lot. So I definitely use that adhesive promoter to help it stick in place, and that way you won't have them moving at all. All right, so I'm going to sign off for today, and y'all have a good one. Also, one other thing that I've done that you might be able to see here is I swapped out the gas expansion tank for the coolant. The clear, crappy one that we had before with this Mishimoto all aluminum black one, which the welds that they have out here are absolutely gorgeous. They look great. Super easy install. I didn't do a video of it because, well, mostly I've never done this one before, and so I kind of was working my way through it and just didn't want to be messing with the camera, stopping every couple seconds, you know, but it's actually like a 20-minute install. Super easy to do, you know, more or less you just take the hoses off. There's one big hose underneath, and that is like the big kicker, is getting all of the liquid out of here. It does help if you put in a stopper or a plug or something on this hose and this hose when you disconnect them. That way they don't leak more coolant into everything else. And then, yeah, it was more or less just a plug and play. I pulled the old one out, put the new one in. The old one's in a box over there. Yeah, I mean, just look at this thing. It was, you know, this kind of crappy looking color here, you know, and that is just way better. So, little garage update for y'all.